How to do, y'all? Tables here. So I was informed last night of the Gauntlet event that's happening very soon. That Zizaran is putting on. Super excited. I usually play all the Gauntlet leagues for pretty much. I think I've only missed like one Gauntlet league, and I really would like to do this one just because of the fact that they're doing like dynamic leveling and all that good stuff. And I want to do a minion build, but I don't like. I know the event is like fairly limited, so I don't. And I work full time. I have priorities in my life, so I can't really spend a lot of time, like a ton of time. Probably have just enough time to hit max level, maybe kill a couple of bosses, and then the league will be over. And that's really if I don't die, right? So I just wanted to kind of go over my plan for the gauntlet, like what build I'm doing, and just kind of my general attitude on the whole process moving forward. So originally I was going to do Carrion Golem, and then I realized that you're going to have to farm up the primordial jewels because it's hardcore solo self-found. And so that kind of went by the wayside because I'm not going to have time to farm that because, priorities and adulting and all that good stuff. And so I started looking at the Zombie Mancer. And the damage is just kind of bleh for that. And then I started thinking about, well, okay, what other minions? I don't really like playing SRS. And I thought, well, what about Summon Skeleton? But instead of mages, we'll just do warrior, right? Like full fizz, impale, skeleton warrior. Like Val summon skeleton. We could probably get that if we do enough side areas, right? And the POB actually looks pretty solid. We're pretty freaking tanky. At least according to the POB. The build that you're watching me play right now is the test build just to see how it runs in hardcore solo self-found. And that's pretty much the extent of what I'm doing right now. This isn't on like a Gauntlet private league with the correct mods. This is more or less a test of how does it level? Is it competent? Did I do my POB correctly? And things like that. So as far as the POB goes, here it is. We're running Val Summon Skeleton, crit damage, impale, brutality, multi-strike, and feeding frenzy. Mainly because I'm not willing to play Summon Skeleton Warriors without aggression. It's just kind of dookie. Gasman damage taken, Molten Shell. We have Assassin's Mark and Dread Banner for a little bit of juice, as well as precision for some crit and accuracy, so we won't really have to worry about accuracy. Determination and Tempest Shield. We are almost full block without glancing blows, so that's pretty huge. Just a normal +1 wand, which anyone can get with enough alterations. There is not too the gear is extremely basic, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And instead of doing Ravenous Horde, since it requires a golden, we're just gonna do Death Attunement. I think that'll lend itself a lot better when we get into some Blight type stuff. I'm quite sure that I could find a Silver, Crimson, and Clear a lot quicker than I could find a golden. Now, if if I end up getting a golden early, then this pathing will go away, and I'll path up here, and then we'll go ahead and just take Ravenous Horde. Because at the end of the day, I kind of would like to have the life instead of the attack speed. 5.1k life, a little bit of energy shield, almost 6k effective HP. Full block, almost 90% physical damage reduction, and about 2.7 million with Val Summon Skeleton, about 2 million without Val active. So not too bad. We were originally going to be gem swapping we were originally going to be gem swapping, but I decided to add in Feeding Frenzy for the aggression, just because it's so nice um, for mapping. Now, I mean, I could dump main for bosses and do Feeding Frenzy with the Summon Chaos Golem, and then put minion damage. I haven't fully decided like exactly how I want that to play out. um, but honestly, the build, like as far as the POB goes, it looks pretty solid. We have a max Fizz hit of 61k, max LE hit of 41. Our Chaos Res is a little yikes right now, but hopefully that gets better with a little bit of gear. I'm just leveling it just to test it, just to see how it plays. Um, we are taking Mistress of Sacrifice instead of the normal Bone Barrier that we're kind of used to taking. Kind of like Bone Barrier a lot, but if we're gonna truly be very tanky, I really need to get like this is like 20 some odd percent block just across the board. So it's kind of a must. It's kind of a must take, honestly. I don't know why this effective hit pool says 610,000. Something is very, something is a little strange about that. Um, because this says it's only a max hit of 7,700, and all of my LEs are about 16,000. So I'm not sure why this says 610, and my max fizz hit is 6,100. Um, I'm still trying to figure out why it's doing that. But I mean, we have a guard skill. We have 90% fizz reduction, 6k effective HP. So we're probably not going to be getting one shot by too many things. We just have to play very. We really have to play very smart. And just really play super careful. So, anyways, this is the build. Just trying to stack as much life as possible with while also having a decent amount of damage. And I think if I can continue to roll my maps like well enough, I don't think I don't really foresee any issues with this build getting to level 90. And then possibly, moving on to killing some bosses. Especially like we're not taking into account any of the Ichors or Embers. That's going to help boost our damage a little bit and our survivability as well. And then if I can swing it, we'll get in a little spell suppression as well if I can get pretty lucky with Expedition. And then we'll be like super tanky at that point. I don't have max block on my Carrion Golem, and I feel pretty damn tanky on that character on like fully juiced out T16s, right? So if I had max block plus spell suppression, I feel like I just really wouldn't die very much. I wish I had a little bit more regen. Having the 1k regen on the Carrion Golem is super nice. This is only about 400. I could bump that up to about 550, maybe 600 with the Stone Golem. But I really, I need that physical damage reduction from the Chaos Golem. So this is the build. We're testing it out, seeing how it goes. This is where we're at right now. Just some easy pathing for some good leveling. 3 health nodes, nothing too crazy. My gear is just garbage right now, really kind of shamefully bad. Reses are okay-ish, and we're just kind of making our way. We're about to do our first Ascendancy, and I'm really excited about this build. I don't necessarily like summon skeletons like a whole heap, but as far as the gauntlet goes, I think it's the best option in terms of stacking as much defense as possible while also getting enough damage, right? Because I did it with zombies and I really wasn't getting the damage output that I really wanted.
Not a cockroach.
And this disposable minion playstyle, I think, lends itself super well. So that's my plan moving forward. If anything changes, I hope to get this leveled by tomorrow or the next day, and get it into maps and see kind of where we go and where we land. I don't play a ton of hardcore SSF, so this is kind of a new-ish experience for me. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. If I die, I'll let you know, and then we may or may not be back to the drawing board. So you guys have a good rest of the week. To the Americans that watch, happy 4th of July. Hope you guys had a wonderful break, and I will see y'all very soon. Take care of yourselves.